Good morning and welcome to the very first episode of Innovation Elbert. I'm your host, Leslie Friedman. Thanks for joining us. Innovation Elbert is brought to you by the Elbert County Chamber of Commerce, and essentially what we want to do is highlight businesses who are being innovative in our community and then talk to industry experts who can help other businesses and anyone else watching kind of harness those same innovations and use it to enhance their business. So without further ado, we're going to start with our very first company that we're highlighting, and that is Kona Ice. So Kona, a lot of you have heard or seen the Kona Ice truck. And so usually how Kona Ice works is it is a remote business, so it's just the truck, and the truck goes different places, and you have, you basically have a serving window, and then outside on the side of the truck, there are different flavors. So they give you the ice, you do your interchange at the window, but then on the side of the truck, you get to flavor your own flavored ice. Very fun for adults, for kids, but can you imagine during a pandemic having to cross clean all of anything anyone touches after, every single child comes through and uses one type of syrup? It would be a nightmare. So what has Kona Ice been doing during this time? How can they still stay afloat as a business? How can they still be serving you, the customer, even though it may be challenging? So they did three really cool things that we're going to share with you today. One, they actually shut down the outside part of the truck where you put the syrup on, and they do it all inside for you. The first thing they did is close that down, and they turned the whole business into a drive-through. Okay, so essentially, and I love this. This photo is from their Facebook, and essentially, no more walk-ups. You can't walk up anymore, but you can drive through. So you create this line, everyone's 6 feet apart, so it's perfect. You create this long line with your cars, and you sit, you wait in line, you get your Kona Ice, you're happy, and you go home, and everyone is safe. So that's the first thing they did. The second thing, have set times and areas when they're going to be somewhere. So for example, Ingles. They asked Ingles, hey, can we use your parking lot? You have a big parking lot. Can we use it between 3 to 4 or 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. on certain days? And so all of our customers know that we are at Ingles on these certain days. So they did that, and then they also, this is the third one, they embraced social media. And so they have something actually called a Kona Ice Tracker, and I love this. They have a Kona Ice Tracker, and it is through your smartphone. And essentially what you do is you download an app, but on that app you can see where the truck is. So if, say, I was sitting on my back porch the other day, true story, and I heard the truck, and I thought, oh, I wonder like where it is exactly, what street. I can just open that up, see exactly where they are. Also on social media, they've been posting on Facebook, and we try to share this on the Elbert County Chamber Facebook page, but I also really encourage you to go and like Kona Ice of Hart County, so then you too can get notifications. But when they're in our area, when they're in Alberton, Bowman, the whole Elbert County area, they will actually post exactly what dates and what times and what streets they're going on, and so you know exactly where they are. So they've taken this business that basically relied just on people walking up to it and large groups of people, right? So one of the biggest things they did was go to ball games and go to large crowds of people and be able to serve them Kona Ice, which they're not able to do anymore. But they've been incredibly innovative and have switched gears quickly and done 3 really basic things that honestly hasn't cost them anything to be able to stay alive and open during this time. So congrats to Kona Ice. You are doing a fantastic job. Be sure to like them on Facebook. be sure to follow them, download the app. We'll have a link on here. So next, I want to talk to Michelle Scarborough. So Michelle Scarborough is not only one of our board members here at the Chamber, but she wears a lot of different hats: board member, mom, wife. She is at the primary school as the media specialist, but she also runs her own remote business. Michelle, thank you so much for being with us today. How are you doing?
Great. It's a pleasure being here.
Good, good. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to talk to us. And I specifically want to talk about your remote business. So tell us a little bit about what you do.
Sure, I'd be happy to. Of course, this is my office. You see where I'm sitting now. I designated a little area out of the house just for my business, and I'm in network marketing, and so this distance, this whole distance learning, this whole distance, online seat is very comfortable for me. I've been a seasoned network marketer outside of my education career for over 5 years now.
Awesome.
So I've become very comfortable here.
Good. Well, and that's one of the reasons why we want to talk to you today, because you are, for a lot of people, you're in a seat that they are not comfortable in whatsoever. They've never sat in that seat. And so we're hoping to get some tips, some tricks to how do you, for those new people who have never had to be in your position before, so to speak, and reach out to customers, how do you get clients? How do you get new customers? How do you, and a big one for a lot of people is, how do you stay in contact with your old customers?
The beauty of being online is that you have the ability of far outreaching for walls. A brick and mortar company, they are, have one location, and you do a little advertising, but you wait for people to come to you. The beauty of being online is that you put yourself out there, and you become part of their household, so to speak.
Yeah.
People have evolved into the social media world, online entertainment, and so becoming a a marketer in the online platform just opens your doors immensely, worldwide. In fact, I have built relationships and new, you know, met new people all over the world, and it's really interesting. I find it very interesting to, learn about others. Referrals you get from your current customers. You can, their friends have friends, and their friends have friends, and it just keeps the circle just keeps going. As far as a website and social media, there's lots of platforms for social media, and that may make a lot of people nervous, but you choose your social media platform and you stick with it, and your base, your customer base, and so then you just basically educate them on what you have to offer. It's not all about being salesy, it's not about pushing your product on another individual. It's just about educating and being helpful, offering tips, just putting what you have to offer out there so that other people can see it and come in and take a look at what you have virtually. So it's really cool. You build relationships the same way online. Current customers, you take care of them the same way. Just like you and I are sitting here having a conversation, you're in your home and I'm in mine. You can use these virtual platforms to have coffee with a customer. And, there's so much there's so many capabilities that you can pretty much take. I don't know if I'd say any online, any brick and mortar business, but majority of brick and mortar businesses can be transferred in some kind of way to an online market.
I love, oh, you had so many jewels in what you just said.
And I think the first step is knowing your market. And then, if you have no, or not much knowledge, everybody's heard of social media, but if you've not acquired much knowledge and not been out there, you know, ask your niece or nephew, or a granddaughter or grandson, or a teenager neighbor, because they can tell you which platform you need. There's the market that's my age is on Facebook. The millennials are on Instagram. YouTube is a whole different ballgame. So you just have to know where your market is, what is your niche, and then reach out and ask. If you ask, like I said, if you ask a 20-year-old, they can, or a teenager, they will be able to fill you with lots of knowledge, about how to do things. You have to learn. It's a learning process. And as an educator, I know the importance of learning and always having an open mind. And that's what you have to embrace right now. Of course, prayerfully things are changing in the near future and we're going to get out of this. But you just sort of have to have an open mind and be ready to embrace something new, and then roll with it. Do a little research and just give it all you got. And, the worst thing that can happen is you don't get much traffic. The best thing that can happen is that you learn something new and you broaden your marketing and you get out there and you meet new people.
Love it.
Now, one thing I also want to add, nothing is wrong with the old school pick up the telephone. I've been doing a lot more phone calls lately because, I'm at home. My job is at home. My business is at home. We've been in shelter. So I have found myself picking up the phone and actually talking to people way more than I have in the past 10 years. Those old school cards, thank you cards, thinking of you cards, those never go out of style, never. So, and then there's other things that if you just can't bring yourself out to put yourself out there in the whole online world, there's voice messages, there's email, there's private virtual meets, just like we're having, there are other options that can help you build those relationships and feel like you're right there in the same room or as close to being in the same room with your customer.
Just been like a treasure trove of information, but do you have any other like small tidbits of wisdom you want to leave with everyone as we kind of close up today?
Of all of these things I shared, and I'm always open to help. Creativity, just do a little research and be creative. That's the two main things, I believe.
I love it. That's perfect. And we, as the Chamber of Commerce, we're here to help you. And so if you have questions about anything that we talked about today, please don't hesitate to reach out, and we will do our best to kind of figure out how to best help your business. But Michelle, thank you so much for being with us today. I'm going to put Michelle's links to her network marketing business, if that's okay with you, Michelle, on the screen afterwards. Please like her Facebook page, connect with her, see what she's doing. She is a great example to follow. And once again, just thank you so much for being with us today. We really appreciate it, and I hope you have a really good rest of your day.
Thank you very much. I enjoyed it. I appreciate your invite.